all the way back, baby.
Yeah, and if we say book your hotel, you book your hotel. But my lord, I have soiled myself.
What do you mean by live? Genuine live?
Yes.
Hello, radio!
And now, another episode of The Way We HNC. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another episode of The Way We HNC It. Week 3 of the National League is in the books, up and down the flag football world here in the UK, and things are about to go international this weekend. Copenhagen Bowl rapidly approaching. My name is Bez. I'll be with you once again for another week of flag football shenanigans here on your home of GB Flag Football, and I'm joined as ever by Matt Burke. Cammy's off this week, so it's a duo. It's MB and MB, and it's just the two of us. But we can make it if we try. Matt, how are you?
I was just waiting for the one-liner to come in then. You've always got one. No, I'm good, mate.
There's always one.
Yeah, always one. It's been another great weekend of flag. Great to play again. And chaos reigns as ever.
Chaos reigns up and down the pyramid across the nation. Pretty much every division has something that's raised an eyebrow over the course of the weekend. We have it's going to be the second episode in a row we have no news, because the news is just flag happened and it was ace. Unless you're the Aberdeen Oilcats, but but we'll just clear that one up right now. Shit weekend for us, but good weekend for almost everybody else. But yeah, we're going to start with obviously the most pressing news story that there is in all of flag football. We're going to head down south to Division 1, and we're going to talk about the sandwich. The prediction sent in early on, second episode of Hitch and Go, I think, was that let me get this the right way around, the Southwest Division would sandwich the Southeast Division. So the top 3 of the West, then all of the Southeast, and then the bottom 3 of the Southwest. We're close.
It's very close.
We are so close. It's not quite.
You did also say though there was going to be one outlier that would end up on top. So you're more accurate than our prediction was at this moment in time.
I still do think there'll be one somewhere, but at the moment I think the one is by points. Like the records all line up. Literally it's just by points. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's class. The London Blitz are in the bottom 3. Yeah, I mean we'll start. Yeah, let's start. We'll do it properly. Gwen Gators, Exeter Falcons, both 6-0 in their division, closely followed by the Keynsham Kings. You listening, guys? I know you listen. Keynsham Kings, 4-1, and yeah, then everyone else on either one win or no wins in that.
Well, the one for the Kings is from the Gators, so it's not like it's just one of those games that has to happen. But
it's wild, and what's really like obviously like very, very interesting there is obviously game week 3 is when we start to see we've got Falcons Gators, but it's the last game of the day, whether that has anything involved. But also we've got Falcons Kings, Kings also against the Coyotes, but the Gators will be. I think everyone's looking towards that final game. They'll play the Red Kites to open and then get a game off and then beat the Falcons. So that will, I think that, not that the sandwich can be spoiled, because it will be a delicious sandwich, no doubt, but I think once those teams start to play each other, there's potential that the sandwich kind of starts to lose its structural integrity.
I think what we're just taking from this is we clearly know no ball.
Yeah,
So
we
much
do know
ball.
ball, to be fair. Like, and I don't think anyone would have. No one would. I need a new drop, but who would have. Who would have thought that we knew about. Well, especially me and Cameron knew about Division One Southwest. Look at us. Who thought? Not me.
Not me.
Not me. So yeah, class. And obviously, I think that Southwest. Lewis has spoken about it on his blog, and he does for us. Go read that. If you haven't read them already, there's going to be another coming very soon. Definite favourites for promotion. You've got to think coming out of the Southwest. If you look at the other potential teams around, Nottingham, Honey Badgers, will come to them later on, leading the South. But after that, Gators, Falcons, Kings, Raptors, Kent Exiles are all in the 8 at the top currently. I think there's six Southwest, Southeast teams. I obviously didn't expect that because it's the Midlands plus half. Yeah, Midlands are struggling. Honey Badgers looking very, very good. And Gators just behind them. There's one point conceded per game, so behind
Phew.
behind them that splits that at the moment. The Falcons, they're a bit further back on points conceded, but obviously haven't lost the game just yet. Yeah, if you had to, we'll do more previewing next week. But I guess if you had to, Gators Falcons, so if you feel a little bit.
I'm gonna I've been waiting. I've been on that team. I've been waiting for them to get over the hump, and I think it's now. The strong start. They look like they've whatever we were missing before, we've got now. So I may have just cursed them, but there we go.
Yeah, well, while we're in there, when we get to the Southern Prem, we'll maybe talk about podcast curses a bit later on. But yeah, I mean that looks great, and I've been interested as well. I know they maybe kind of struggled over the weekend. Yeah, Renegades are back. You know what? The White Raptors, I love White Raptors. Really impressed with them. 4-2 at the top, although Southeast as well. 4-2, 4-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 1-5, 1-5. There's some interesting games there over the weekend as well, and obviously still to come. I'm not actually sure. The Raptors were scoring points for fun. They lost to the Marauders, which I thought was crazy. Yeah, beat the Renegades, beat the Blitz, lost to the Marauders. But then the Marauders, there was like a weird triangle in this. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. Yeah, Marauders look good, smashed the Renegades. Yeah, it's like that division as well. I think we're maybe not going to see the borderline unbeaten records that we're seeing in the Southwest, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be super competitive. I think all the teams are close together. I think we're going to see a lot of teams maybe pinching wins off each other.
Yeah, there's been a lot of content coming out from a lot of the team socials in that division, and seeing a lot of the ball being played. Like, I know some scores may lead you to believe or blowouts and stuff like that. There's some really nice plays being made there, and so I mean, the Marauders actually, funny enough, you bring them up, had some really creative play designs I saw on their socials, so that was really cool to see.
Love that, and I think the Wolfpack are interesting because Renegade, they beat the Renegades by a score. Renegades obviously bought Wolfpack, came in top, and then they get that win. You're like, right, here we go. And then they fall away and it's going to lead us into one of our favorite stats from the weekend. And I'll need to look up the person that sent it in. They then lose to the Rebels 25-26. Then the Rebels have also lost to the Kent Exiles 25-26. And then the Blitz, and then the Exiles won a game 25-26 as well. So, the Exiles won 2 games 25-26 over the weekend. The Rebels won 1 and lost 1. And just nuts. Absolute bedlam in the southern side of the
XP's matter.
Yeah. But that is tremendous. And I don't know if it's like there's something weird about being in like a one score game. Like if it's 4 points, it's 4 points. Like it's fine. Like you score a touchdown, you win. But like 1 point games are crazy because like okay, you let the touchdown in, but then you know, especially the second half, that it's like okay, this is actually like a massive point.
When you're always trying to track
Tactic.
in the middle of the game the 1 or 2 point swing, and
Yeah,
they
like are we
score and
up
they go
one
to
or are
the
we down
side.
one or
Yeah. What do we need?
yeah, like I mean, I think the Oil Cats, we went through a phase a couple of years ago of like basically go for two every time.
You've just reminded me. I remember the first time we found out about the going for two, and we were at a Southwest Series game day, and we were speaking to a team on the sideline during, I think it was one of our games, and it was, yeah, we always go for two because if you make 50%, you're on track. And then he just turned and went, we don't make 50%.
Yeah, I think we were doing it, and we were doing it in the north, in the like the HFC Prem, and we had a couple of plays that we ran basically exclusively for 2 points. It was I think Gary was tracking it a lot because it's basically his call. That was a lot of fun. But I do remember we won a couple of games scoring less touchdowns, but because the 2 point plays were good enough, we won by a touchdown. But yeah, obviously you can put yourself right behind the 8 ball if you're not hitting them. So yeah, congratulations to the South A and B, sorry, East and West, because you are you're giving us a lot to look forward to. One of our so on the 26th, the 25-26, because the reason that we were getting all excited about it was because we did ask on our storyline on our Instagram, sorry, for storylines that particularly in Div 1 that we should be taking a closer look at. And maybe the best one ever came back from also a fantastic Instagram handle of Gongzilla, who said there's exactly 3 26-25 games across the whole league this weekend, all in the same division. Just so happened that I won one, lost one, and refed one. So the perfect 1 point weekend.
That's a great hat trick.
Where goes that is the Gongzilla hat trick. If you could do all three in a weekend, maybe you get the Gongzilla hat trick.
It's
as it
impressive
will,
to do three
as
of
it
the
will
same
forever
thing
be
in one
known.
weekend.
Yeah, I
I'm
think I'd be
hoping
happy
to-
with it not even be the same score. Like if
Yeah,
it's 1 point, if it's 3 1 point games, one lost refs, you've done. We'll take it.
I'm hoping to get down to one of those South Div 1 game days. Obviously, I'll see the Gators to see what's going on because I'd like to get down there. Obviously, helps us with the coverage. But like I say, some interesting and fun ball is going down there. It'd be great to see the guys on the Gators, and especially if they're on this winning run and they can keep it going, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. And like, yeah, it's nice to, as I said, we'll just come on to the kind of northern D1 in a minute of like, yeah, I think the Murray home game is the same day that we are away, the 20th. I think we're in, I think it's Grangemouth. So, but like, yeah, I would have quite liked to got along. Borough Briggs for a while was the pub quiz question. It's the most northerly football ground in the Scottish leagues. So there you go.
It's a sad day for Scottish football right now, isn't it?
Everyone thinks it's Ross County because Ross County is north of Inverness, but Murray is on like a curve into the ocean.
Oh, okay,
So it's
okay.
actually further north. It is actually on a map. It's further north. However, if Brora Rangers beat Edinburgh, then Brora will take it. So there's your Highland League football knowledge. I know everyone comes to
We always leave a football or a soccer tidbit in there somewhere.
and they did not. So yes, it remains Elgin. So yeah, right. In the north, in the northern standings, Murray Distillers lead the nation. Well, lead the north of the nation. Nottingham Honey Badgers do actually lead the nation in Div 1, because they are on their 100% record. Points conceded is 10.3. Murray Distillers, 100% record. Their points conceded per game, 10.4.
There's your one you wanted.
So Murray having played 7 games and Nottingham having played 5. So in real terms, there is like a 32 point difference. But place conceded. So there's still a chance if but yeah, 0.1 made me laugh. But yeah, the guys in Murray, they look fantastic. They scored 120 points to 21 for the weekend over their 3 games. Certainly look like they are making a real run at getting into the Prem next year. We'll see how obviously to get there you have to go through the promotion, the regional playoff, and then into the final four. So we'll see how they get on. But obviously they're feeling pretty good about themselves, and hopefully I'll catch up with them at practice tomorrow. But yeah, and then obviously otherwise up and down Div 1. The Stingrays are also unbeaten. The Bombers are unbeaten. Then there's the Warthogs, Killer Bees, Vikings, and Manchester Ravens all on a point. I'm sorry, on 1 loss. And the Aberdeen Silvercats are the best of the two lost teams to round out that what would currently be a playoff match. Wherever those playoff matches happen in the north, as it stands, Murray, the most northerly flag team, and Aberdeen, the second most northerly flag team, will drive probably somewhere in the Central Belt to play each other.
Just as Baffa intended.
Just as Baffa intended. Almost as good as Edinburgh versus Midlothian at Bellevue, Manchester, for the right to be promoted into the Scottish Premiership. Back in the day. Honestly, one of the most farcical days, and it was like the luck of the draw that it ended up being those guys playing each other. Like, yeah, they almost used the same home venue for a while. They went to Manchester to play each other. Oh, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But yeah, they are looking good. And yeah, proud of them. Whereas, yeah, other division leaders at the moment, yeah, Stingrays and Bombers obviously in the north. Midlands marred by forfeits from the Wolves and the Jags, so I'd imagine they'll end up down the bottom, unable to progress out, which basically makes the north a 4-team division. Should be a bit strange. Midlands Div 1, so North Sea. Roosters and Black, 4-0-1, both of them, undefeated, drew with each other 18-all. So, guess the rematch may well be for the division. So there's no aggregate to worry about because they're tied.
Draw again. Do it for the Vine.
Do it for just send it. Do it properly, and everyone's moaning about points conceded per game. Do it properly. Tie again, and then go down. And then we get to go
that third way
tiebreaker.
of deciding.
Tiebreaker 4 is the best one. Tiebreaker 4 is the best one. Tiebreaker 4 for those of you that don't spend their time in Section 7 of the BAFA combination rules. I'd recommend it, right? Section 7, class. But so it's obviously record, and then it's head to head, and then it's like aggregate if you have more than 2 years. So it's win-loss tie. Obviously, if you're tied there, it's head to head record. If you're still tied after head to head record, it becomes aggregate. And then if you're still tied after that, it becomes your record in scheduled away games, which is like on the BAFA schedule away, because obviously most teams play almost all of their games away.
I see.
So it's scheduled away games, I think. Like that's the way I interpret it. So like, when you go somewhere and it's like
your home game day then.
No. So it's like, when like, yes, like Cardiff, you'll go to Reading and there'll be a game where you're the home team. Well, there'll also be games where you're the away team, and it's that record, I think, the way I read it. And then after that, I think it's, I don't know, handbags outside the pub, and then a coin toss.
Is that in Section 8?
So, no, it's just a subsection of Section 7.
Okay.
I didn't know what Section 8 was for a while. I think Section 8 is relegation, promotion relegation, but someone will let me know. But yeah, there's a lot going on in Division 1. It's been carnage, as always. Most teams now, I think, have played each other, other than obviously the Midlands. Maybe 1 or 2 teams are still to meet later on. Obviously, we know the Falcons and the Gators, etc. I've got to kind of get after it, but starting to, I think, after week 3, 4, and where you are, we might have some shenanigans, like some narratives of, especially because when like the rematches and stuff, it gets quite. But let's go to the Southern.
No.
Let's go to the Southern. So first off, a very sincere and heartfelt apology from myself to the Northlands Titans. I talked you up. I said you were too good to be down there. I said you might not lose a game. I think I said you might not lose a game.
You put them as
think
over
I said-
500 next year.
I think I said. I know. I think I said if anyone was going to do it, it would be them.
Yeah.
I think they were
Yeah, you did.
They were my only possible. Yeah, from what you posited, they were. I was like, they're the only chance. If anyone could do it, it'll have to be them. I'm sorry. I don't believe in magic. However, I think I may have used some dark magic on the Northlands Titans. 0-3 game day, top of the division. They've tumbled down to 7th in the Southern Premiership rankings, only just still in the playoffs spot. I do sincerely apologise if my hex has caused this, and I will support another team next time out. Cue all of flag football being like, no, please not us, guys, please not us.
I've got a suggestion if you want, because they've been in my DMs all day asking when we were recording. They had the receipts.
Oh yeah,
Yep. The Coventry Phoenix.
were we rude about the Phoenix?
Well, I think they played the Titans.
Oh, they were on the pick'em. They were on the pick'em.
Yeah, they were on the pick'em. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was the Coventry Derby on the pick'em. We need to go back. I've got it open. Let's go back.
I think it was the Titans Phoenix.
Oh, it was Phoenix Titans Blue. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
You're right. 41-20 to the Coventry Phoenix. So yeah, yeah. As they rise out of the ashes, why not? It's too easy.
And into our favourites and our betting favourites.
Yeah. So they're now favourites. Yeah, they're up there. I mean, obviously, the value of Nomad stock continues to consolidate in the portfolio. They were clinical. I don't know if you saw their scores from the weekend.
I didn't need to, because as I predicted when I said Drennan was going to get me, I had a lovely kiss emoji sent to me and nothing else after the game day.
I see. Yeah, they were 52-6 over the Spark. They were 55 over the VPP, and they were 31-27 Rebels. The London Rebels put up a valiant fight, but yeah, Nomads got away from them in the end. Otherwise, I think VPP got a win over the Sharks. Rebels picked up a couple of wins elsewhere. That's another really interesting division. The fact that the Rebels and the Nomads were so close, I think, is really interesting.
I was going to say, we laugh and joke about, about obviously our predictions going awry, but those are some legit wins there by the Nomads.
Oh, yeah. I do think, like, I need to check the kind of the full table, which I'll just do. Like, the Rebels were a win on the last day, or like just one extra win last season, I think would have had them in the Premiership, right? And the National was now the National. So like they're a legit squad as well. And the rematch will be interesting if it goes the other way. It's only a 6-point swing if it goes the other way. So all kinds of tiebreakers and stuff there. And yeah, then you head into regional semis and you just have to be the top two to then be with a shout of going national. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, Panthers, Coventry Derby, but Phoenix are up to second in that division. Your Storm in third, Titans, in fourth, with the Bucks and Hammerheads tied for fifth, sixth. South's looking good. Some tasty matchups there.
All the chaos, all the results.
So, yeah.
But it just keeps reminding us that, this is why we had the reformation of it, is to have this exact kind of ball being played between all the teams taking wins off each other. Without going too in depth, like there's some wins in there that, judging by the table, you probably wouldn't have expected. So it's nice to see all the teams getting their fair share of wins.
And I think it gets very exciting next because we're into Premiership cross-conference season after 2 weeks of play. So, in the South, we're going to have Nomads Wolves, Nomads Hammerheads, Nomads versus Northlands Titans. My two darlings are going to play each other.
Bez is going to travel straight down just for it.
No matter what happens, one of my guys, one of my
Bez will
people
still
do.
love you both.
I'll still love you both. Don't worry. So yeah, that's class. But then yeah, there's some other ones. Obviously, the Titans get the Tiger Sharks and the Diablos, which means over on the other side there must be some pretty good ones with the Rebels because they're going to have Coventry Sides and the Storm, I would guess. Yeah, Rebels Phoenix, Storm, and yeah, Rebels Panthers. So that's a
Wow.
huge game day
That's
for
an
them,
unreal game selection.
and that means that the Nomads will have that gauntlet the next time in week
Yeah.
5. Oof! Please tell me that Nomads Rebels is the last day of the season. Please. Oh, it's the last game of the season. Oh, yeah! I love it.
Just like Buffer intended.
Oh, get it in there.
My.
Goodness gracious, that is delightful. Oh, I'll take that action. I'll take that action all the way.
Where is that? I don't know if you just said it.
VPP.
Where's that being
Yeah,
played? A
VPP.
VPP.
Yeah,
Oh my.
that's so good. It is so good. Yeah, and then I guess over in the north, it's also getting pretty good. Huntsman on top 4-0. They actually did play games this weekend. Congratulations to them, half the north. A spa day, read some nice books, made some banana bread, like it was the summer of 2020. But yeah, we're back in
What
we're back
is
in
a
business.
weekend without flag?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
where's the point? Long walks on the beach, spectating Division 1.
Sounds awful.
So yes, the Huntsmen 4-0, they sit atop the division alongside the Border City Centurion Black, who are the rest. Uh, Serpents at 3-1, Raptors off 2-1, Scorpions on 2-2, Mustangs off 1-1, Giants on 2-2, and Blackhawks off 1-1. Would currently be your playoff teams, but lurking at 2-2 are in that kind of nothing space, avoiding relegation but not being in with a chance of promotion, are the Revs, Warrington Revolution. We spoke about it last time. And yeah, the Bandits, Chargers, and Titans Bees will be hoping to get themselves kind of out of that, or maybe kind of pull, there's a lot of 500 teams above them, maybe pull them back down a little bit into a proper relegation scrap. Because it is interesting this year with it being like automatic amongst like such a small group of teams, like rather than division by division. It really does feel like a proper relegation scrap is on the cards, like across conferences. Which
I mean, maybe it's
kind
we're
of
talking
new.
football tidbits, but the relegation fan in me to watch those great escapes on the final game day.
Yeah. That's what we want. And I remember, like, we've had it a few times with the Silvercats, like going to finals. They've started the game day as like the 17th or 18th seed, and only the top 16 make it.
Mm.
So like they'll go out and do their thing, and then you're like frantically waiting on like, did the Chichester Sharks lose? Because if they lost, then we're in. Like all of this stuff. So it'll be the same on the final day. Yeah, games going on all over the place that impact each other, and obviously the number of points that teams win and lose by will probably come into it on the final day.
There's no BBC Sport app to check to refresh and have a look.
There's not. It's
and they're like, what have the way we HNC it have said? And you're just there stood with them going, I don't know.
I don't know, man. We're going to be a super weekend. I have no chance. There's no chance. You have no chance. Yeah, you might not get any score updates that week till bloody Thursday or something. After that. So yeah, might have to call in a team of correspondents. I think North Prem, in the North Prem, we had Serpents got over the Bandits. Revolution looked good. Right up until they didn't. Scorpions as well, former Prem team, Salford Scorpions, getting a pair of wins there they had a tough start, then they were 0-2 to start, they come back, get a win over the Bandits, get a win over the Warrington Revolution, also both former Prem teams. And they kind of, they now sit mid-table in their division and kind of on the up. Third. So in in with a shout, sitting in a playoff spot. So good for that. And then the national. Come to you first.
Onto the boring stuff, is it?
onto the boring stuff. The kind of the 3-2-1 of the national. Yeah, talk to me. What happened in where were you? Chiswick.
Chiswick.
What happened in Chiswick, mate? In it.
To be honest, like
Chiswick, in it.
Chiswick, yeah. I was calling it
Is that
Chiswick,
right?
I think.
Is that right? Chiswick, in it. It's Chiswick, actually.
I think it's Chiswick, but I got it so wrong, so I'm glad I didn't.
You sound like you're from London. Get murdered. Gonna get murdered this super weekend, aren't they?
And it's only been a couple of episodes in, and we're cancelled.
Yes, London accents. Landed.
No, I think it was Fire's game day, but obviously Smoke Organisation Club hosted a great game day.
Yeah, of course.
It was just prime what we've always been talking about with this national bracket, just great games on all times. And it's just great to, one, be obviously playing in them, but two, when you're on your break, not playing, like watching these games. And from a Canes perspective, we always with Cheltenham for some reason. We enjoy that fixture, making a real competition of it.
What is it with you guys in Cheltenham, man?
I wish I could tell you.
At least it's over for the year.
Yeah,
for you guys. You don't have to deal with it again.
I'm pretty sure Elliot said at the end to me, he was like, "Oh, can we keep doing this fixture? I'd rather enjoy this." He was like, "But then again, you've beat us twice, so I'm not sure I want to."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know, I'd take that deal, but yeah, like you had us versus Smoke, and you had Smoke versus Reading, and both were 1-score games. Like I say, just great ball. Just has to be down to a play, a catch, an interception, just one snap. I'm pretty sure Reading had the ball with a manageable amount of time, and if they'd scored, it would have been quite an effort. It would have been had to have like prime time Charlie Williams like leading the field with like 20 seconds,
Yeah.
And then Reading threw an interception which gave Smoke a minute, and then Charlie just did exactly that back to them to win it. So that's what I mean. Like, and yeah. And then in our game against the Smoke, I think the score was 20-13 at the half, and we had the ball to start. So again, you're talking, you go down the field and score, it's just back and forth. Then it's probably another who ends up with the ball last. We didn't score on the first drive, and you just let them. They get another score up, and you're chasing the game forever then. So, but that's what we talk about with this top level national ball. Like, it's just going to be those kind of games.
Yeah, for sure. And then there was a couple of other, obviously Reading and the Smoke went back at it. Another 1-score game there as well. I don't know if you were off for that or not. You saw any of it. But yeah, obviously, the 1 minute drill is. I think there was quite a few games. We'll talk about the North in a minute. That game-ending scores or picks or whatever. Tunes got their first win over not their first win. They got a win over the Fire. So I think the Fire are the only remaining team without a win. Yeah, Sharks get the same win. But yeah, all starting to build nicely. I guess next time out there's kind of some rematches. I guess. See you guys. We'll see the Sharks.
Yes.
See the Hurricanes. You'll see the Smoke again. Sorry, you are the
Yes.
You'll see the Smoke again. Yeah. So how do you? Because it's a quick turnaround. It's only 2 weeks, right? So
yeah,
it's not even. Is it even 2 weeks? Yeah, it's Saturday. So.
Yeah.
So like, how?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Like this is the whole point of it, right? And I, as a player at this level, you should want to be in those games. And I had a great time. I'm loving to always be challenged so much in these games, and that's exactly what you get, especially with so many GB players on the field at one time. From a Canes perspective, we just got like it's just minor mistakes, but you probably expect that from from Charlie and a Smoke team. Like if he was the GB quarterback of the Euros. I mean, like if you give him the chance, I've started using this, but it's F your feelings, right? At all times, like. You're not going to get one play off if you blow a coverage. The guy's going to not like feel bad for you. So if you give him an opportunity and you're not set up properly or not just incorrectly. Like, unfortunately, any team in this division is going to punish you for it. And that's exactly what it is. So just tightening up a few things, working on a few things, and we go again. And
Yeah.
all the fun games still to go. There's still another 4 game days,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and exactly like you say that right. Like, I mean, we'll do our bit. It's a shame that Cam's not here because I think he was quite looking forward to giving me a bit of a kicking back after the podcast kicking that we gave him.
Weirdly, Cammy's not on the pod today.
Oh yeah, I just didn't tell him we were recording. Actually, just didn't tell him. Change the password.
Lost in the mail.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, like obviously we knew that they were gonna be highly motivated to do that. We were undermanned, and also shit. I think if it was one of those, like the game against, like, people have asked about this, like what actually happened in the game against Glasgow. The game against Glasgow we won was neither team playing to their highest level, but we got all the bounces. Effectively, that's what it was, right? We got all the bounces. The game this time against Glasgow, even if we'd had everyone, if we'd played like we played, it still wouldn't. It may have been the same score.
Yeah.
Like we were very bad at football. It was one of those game days, like we're kind of like walking off afterwards, and we're like, the mental about, like, are we the baddies? It was like, are we bad at football?
Yes.
Like, do we suck? Because it feels like we suck at football. And it was just one of those game days. Like, balls, like guys that would normally just like lock in a catch, it like hits them and bounces up in the air, and then it gets like intercepted. Like someone catches, the other team intercept. It was like a comedy of errors and like nothing we could do. And like, I don't think Glasgow got out third gear, to be honest. Like, I don't. It was 54.
That was going to be the question I was going to ask you, because obviously if Cammy was here, he'd probably let us know. But do you think the Hornets?
I don't think. No, I think so. It was 4. I think the first it was 4 and out. And then I think the next time we stopped them on a drive was probably late in the second half, basically. And we hadn't scored. Like we scored late in the second half to get our 6 back at them. And the clip is hilarious because it went I think Jensen scored on the far side, and we've got the film, and it was bad enough that like you can literally hear me from the other side of the pitch go, "Hooray!" We got one. Like it was that kind of game. Like there was no malice in it or anything. Like it wasn't like a beat down. I didn't feel like anything like there was nothing mean about it. It was just like you say, we showed up, didn't play well, and the best team in the division until proven otherwise did what you would expect them to do, basically.
And it was extra off your feelings after what you did to them.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went into the Grangemouth game, and I think we were down like 16 at the half or something. And then we came out with the ball, scored, got a penalty on the scoring play. So went for 2, got it. And then on the next drive, we get a safety. So it was like a 10-point swing to start the half. So we're like right back in it. Didn't really convert after that. Made like 1 or 2 mistakes. Grangemouth did what Grangemouth did and moved on. So and then Glasgow Grangemouth played out their normal game, and I wasn't there for it, but I gather that Glasgow were relatively comfortable by the end. Particularly in the second half, so it was 40-80 or something in the second half. While it was good fun with the memes, rumours of Hornets' demise have been greatly overestimated, greatly exaggerated. What's the much cool? Exaggerated, greatly exaggerated. So they are still there, they are still who we thought they were. They will continue to be a problem in the division for the rest of the season. What I will say is I'm glad that they let us beat them, because what it has given us is Kirkcaldy Cup drama. We create a monster here.
Wonderful.
Create a monster here. Still haven't clipped heavily under as a drop. I need to do that. But yeah, Manchester Crows riding high. 3-0 game day in Edinburgh. They go back home for the Manchester derby. The Manchester Titans, whack, take it off them. 38-12 in the first game. So now you're like, damn, okay, Manchester, the Titans, they look good. But no, no, no. The Edinburgh Outlaws, week 1, apparently, a mirage. The return of both Max Baxter and Dante Fornaserio. Edinburgh win 38-19 to take the trophy. That's the 4th changing of hands. The over hits. The over hits. And then they have to defend it against the same Manchester Crows that started the day with it. They get a second chance to win it back. And with 12 seconds left on the clock, the Cody Cup is staying in Manchester until Dante Fornaserio does what Dante Fornaserio does. Length of the field, touchdown, game winner. Let's take the cup home 39-34.
Wow.
Volatile, I think, is what we said in the preseason. The Premiership, particularly in the North, will be volatile. And so it has proved. And what that means is London Smoke go top, Glasgow go in second. Which, if you'd asked in preseason, what do you think it'll be after 2 weeks? A lot of people would have said that in some format. Maybe wouldn't have said it in the way that we've got there.
I thought you were going to say maybe not after week 1.
Maybe not after week 1, but maybe not after the way that we got there would have said that. Cardiff Hurricanes in 3rd, and the Manchester Titans would currently round out the National Championship field. And then we've got the Crows, the Devils, the Sharks, the Broncos, the Outlaws, and the Oilcats in mid-table, with the Neptunes and Fire currently in the relegation zone. And remember, people, that is automatic relegation, but we've still got 2 rounds of in-conference play to go, and then the massive looming spectre of Super Weekend to follow. So yeah, a little bit shady, a little bit sketchy for us. Not super great being that close to the relegation zone, but if it comes down to a relegation scrap, then it comes down to a relegation scrap. And our next 2 games are against the 2 teams directly above us. So we could claw some people in. We could pull some people in.
That's what I'm going to be looking forward
for a bit of a relegation Kaylee come the end of this.
That's one thing. Obviously, get our games done and make sure we're into the finals for the championship. But watching that other plot of seeing the 6-game swing take place of relegation candidates moving up and down again, love a relegation battle. That's going to be. So
I think it's going to be
neutral.
I think there's a potential as well that like the top 4 at Super Weekend may well be more, barring like real upsets, maybe more about seeding. Like I do think the top 2 in the division may be clear. Not as in if they lose all 6 games clear, but like if they win the games they're supposed to win clear, they should be comfortable. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 is up for grabs. But I also do think that 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 may all be within reach of each other. And the gap between 12 and 7 is not as big as the gap between 1 and 6. So I think that's where it gets exciting. It's essentially the wild card round with playoffs where it's been hard to predict for years. Like if the Sharks play, like as it stood right now, it's like, not that they would, but like those groups, that group of teams that are potentially 500 and below, you've got Devils, Sharks, Broncos, Outlaws, Oilcats, Neptunes, Fire. Would you bet your house on any of them to definitely beat any of the other ones at any given moment? Don't know if I would.
No, I might be with you on that one.
Which makes it pretty, pretty exciting to look at as we move forward.
And in that same sense, the way the cup ends up as well.
Yeah. Right now the cup is in 10th position. 9th position, sorry, in the league. I said 9th position in the league. The best team in history are currently 9th in the national.
Who would have thought
which is not me.
Oh, it was you. You bet the over.
Well, I did bet the over, yeah. You're right. I did bet the over. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. I think the next game day might be quite illuminating. You'll get your smoke rematch, and Glasgow to Manchester, take on the two Manchester teams. Yeah, we were welcoming Grange Method. My home game day, only 2 hours away. So So that's a joy. But yeah, lots to play for. We'll do a full preview next week, so we won't give too much away just now. Cammy will be back, and we'll be laughing.
Because, like always, we get all of our picks right and we back the right teams.
I'm going to have to work really hard to pick the next group of picks for the tournament. Yeah, I think it is pretty close for those that are playing at home. Cammy is no longer last. He's tied for 20, up 2 places from last time. So when he was tied for 28th. So hey, good for Cammy. But yeah, N17 Karoo and DLP lead the pits. They are 2 points clear of a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other clubs. So it's all good. Yeah, find us on KitTip, on Instagram, and on the other one, Facebook. And yeah, there's still time to get involved, and there's still some good prizes to be won from some of our partners, which is nice. Yeah, I guess coming up this weekend is Copenhagen Bowl. You and Cameron are both going.
Yes.
Been to Copenhagen Bowl before?
Yes. This will be my 3rd one, I want to say.
Lovely.
I think. Second
and who
or
are you
3rd
with?
one, definitely.
You're with the Quetzals?
I mean,
Quetzals?
Quetzals, yeah. That was I was, I already booked my stuff, and I didn't have a team. I was like, I want to try and find my way into as high of a bracket as I can to obviously play at the best level I can. And fortunately, the opportunity came through. So I'm excited just to, as always, to play ball and be in Copenhagen, see what those guys do on obviously my side journey, going through all these tournaments and see, they have as many pitches as you could probably dream of with all their brackets as well to play on, and just to see if they follow King Bowl, not exactly, but what they try and do to improve and obviously make the tournament stand out, because I know they've been not on my cases per se, but they've been looking in the background, a subtle like here and there, a message, commenting on our posts about where my top 3 ranks for tournaments. So it's going to be good to see what they, all this build up has been for.
Yeah, for sure. I think there was some chat around when Finn did his top 5 in Europe or whatever it was last year after his 12 tournaments or whatever it was. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how things get on. I think there's live streams that we'll do our best to share as well. So are you at Quetzals? Is that elite bracket?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, if you're not used to Copenhagen, if you're hearing about it for the first time or you've never really paid attention to it, it's overwhelming. It's massive. There's elite men and women. There's competitive men and women, leisure, mixed,
Yep.
and co-ed. I think, does co-ed have multiple divisions? I can't remember.
I think it's just the one.
Is it just the one? I can't remember, but it's mega, it's massive, and there's loads of streams. Obviously, Copenhagen, one of my favorite cities in the whole world. I do absolutely love it there. So if you do ever go to Copenhagen Bowl, you should tack on for the extra days, if you've got a wallet. But yeah, it's a gorgeous city, and there's loads of stuff to do.
The scale they run the tournament on is so impressive.
Yeah, the logistics of of running. I think it was the first time I went to King Bowl at the old site. It was even that was 6 pitches or 7, no 6 in the carpet, so 7 pitches. But the only tournament I'd been to before that was Flag and New Year. So even that was a step up, and then obviously it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And I remember talking to some of the GD girls when they came back from Tampa, and they were just I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it, because the organizational level is King Bowl, Copenhagen Bowl, 129 teams they're up to.
It's a big tournament when they have to come out with an infographic of all the pitches that are numbered. Because I remember seeing one for Tampa that is insane. The eagle eye view of a region.
Complex. I just can't even believe that the Tampa one especially. I can't even believe that a facility of that size exists. That many pitches. In a like in a city. Like I just can't believe
Well,
there's that much
you just mentioned like the brackets.
space. Yeah.
Like the brackets themselves are like elite composite. Like in America in the Tampa, they not
Yeah.
only have the
It's
brackets,
all
they
of
have
those
the
per format.
styles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've got elite
it's like 7 on
competitive.
7s, contact in some, non-contact in others, 5 on 5. Olympic they call our bracket, I think.
Yeah. Olympic, pro, air it out, and then there's like air it out, and there's gauntlet, and there's yeah, and they're all seeded, but so if you've never been before, you just get like a low seed, and then you just play some of those teams in your ranking games that kind of are near you, and then you get pushed to like it's crazy. And I don't know if I'm guessing the TV women are planning to play. Although I think they moved it, right? They moved it to the summit, so maybe not.
There's so many competitions because of how
It's a
the
tour now, though,
European
isn't it?
game and stuff. Yes, yeah, they're growing it because of all the interest from obviously like us in Europe, and they come over to really test themselves. It's starting to sort of expand. Well, like you say, a tour moving around to enable it for more people to come along and play all kinds of different teams that you're not playing many from the States before, but you play even more. So
Yeah. Because I think the one they call the World Flag Championships, is now in, I think this year or next year is in LA, like in summertime. Can't imagine why.
no idea.
Don't know what that lines up with. But yeah, pretty cool to see how it
I
all.
thought that about the Super Bowl as well because I'm pretty sure it's SoFi this year. Well, I say this year, this season in 27 it would be.
And interesting to see. I don't know if we spoke about it. They've announced the Q series. So for those that don't qualify from the Worlds, it's Tokyo, Montreal. So basically, if you don't qualify from the World Championships, so basically if you're not in the final of the championships, the next way to qualify for the Olympic Games is to come in via what they call the Q series, which will be the top teams from each Euros, Asia, each continental, and then from there we lead into they will go somewhere to play a tournament, and that tournament is in like May or June 2028. So you could be like asked to fly to Florida in June 2028, hoping to win your place in LA in August. To then, it's crazy. And then I think
I'm still pining
like,
for that world's third place game. I'm hoping the US get to get into the final with obviously their host by qualification.
Yeah.
And then that third place game is
bronze medal
obviously
becomes...
if you're in the top two, you've got the qualification. But if the US have taken that one of those two final spots, that third place game is going to be like probably more watched.
And we'll chat. We'll so much Worlds like later on. But I mean, USA, man. Like I've said this before, and I don't mean it like in a disparaging manner, but like the gold medal game in the men's doesn't bother me much because however many years it has been now, average margin of victory of like 40.
Yeah.
But the women's bracket is fascinating because people are now quite rightly after last year asking the question of do you think, like, obviously you think they probably will, but like it's not as dead on that the USA women's team makes the final now.
Well, you're thinking, we're talking about that qualification process, and not to obviously dive too deep into it. Like, if you're one of these programs, one of the programs that's got the investing and the funding, and you get the qualification spots, like in Worlds, and you then have those 2 years to prepare, knowing you're going there and setting a team up, like that's as good of a shot you're going to get as any to really prepare a team, but to really have a go at it, because you're any Batman with prep time, isn't it? Like if you have enough prep time, there's a chance.
Those athletic Australians, I think they're going to be a problem down the line. But we'll talk about Worlds a lot more later on. But yeah, well, I guess it's good luck in Copenhagen over the weekend.
Appreciate it.
We'll keep in touch, I'm sure, and Cammy will be there too. So if you are going to Copenhagen Bowl and you want to say hello to the guys, you will probably, well, maybe you won't find them amongst the 129 teams, but they will be around. So you can go and say hi And until then, it will just be another week, and we'll catch you for all the build up to week 3 of the National Flag Football League, which will be the final week of May as we dig into the summer. So it's good night from Matt.
Good night from me.
And it is good night from me. Thank you very much for listening. That is the way we agents.